Hey everyone, welcome to another live. Today I wanted to talk about lifestyle design. Andrea Averett over here. So, what is lifestyle design? I use this hashtag a lot because I'm obsessed with this idea of lifestyle design, designing our perfect life. Okay, but I get a lot of questions like, what does that mean? What does lifestyle design mean, or why are you using this hashtag? And lifestyle design for me is just not living a cookie cutter life, this pre-planned life that everyone tends to live. And that would be like you're born in a hospital, you're vaccinated, you're put in a daycare, your mom works 9 to 5, your dad works whatever job. They switch off, you go to daycare, then you go to the public school system. And there's you have two kids. If you have a third, it's because you've had two boys, or if you have a third, it's because you had two girls, or there was a mistake, or something like this. So when you look around, think about how many people are living a very, very, very similar life. And the thing is, they're not really questioning what it is they really want. They're just kind of like following the system without questioning. So lifestyle design involves creating like a really, really big vision for your life, and like creating your ideal life. You want a big family, right? You want this. You want to have more time with your children. And so after you create this, you want happiness, you want health, you want a good marriage. And then after you like create this vision, you want to live in the country, you want a farmhouse, you want a beach house, whatever it is, that's important to you. You want to be near your family, you want to be location independent. The list, there's a multitude of choices out there besides the cookie cutter ones that life, offers us on default. And lifestyle design is just about making those choices very intentionally and living this beautiful life that God created. And that's when we're living intentionally, that's where we really shine, and that's where we really find our purpose and our mission. So actually, the word lifestyle design comes from the book 4-Hour Workweek from Tim Ferriss, sorry. And Tim Ferriss was working like 14-hour days, making $40,000 a year. And then when he decided to design his own life, to be creative, my husband's sister, when he decided to do that, he ended up living like on his terms, living around the world, learning to tango in Spain, learning how to fight in Thailand, and having this really, really exotic life he created for himself while working 4 hours a week and making $40,000 a month. So all that to say, like, we have so many choices, just so many choices that we can choose from to make our life so much more exciting and so much more intentional. And again, it means that you don't have to stick with these standard options. There's a world of infinite options that we get to choose from, and you just have to think outside the box, really. He notes in the book that people today, maybe especially the millennials, but there's something to it, and they've got something to them. They don't want to work this. They don't want to slave for a job, for 40 years to retire at 65 for, half of what was never enough to live off of anyway. And they're starting to see that they can do other ways and be more independent. And he says the currency of the new rich is just time and mobility. People want time and mobility more than anything else these days. And, that's something we're going for in our family, because I feel like we have lifestyle design. My husband has given us lifestyle design in our family. I have so much freedom. I've always had freedom. I've always made extra money from home, and I've always found a way. But my husband doesn't. But still, he did choose a career that he loves. He's a chef. He's an amazing chef, and he's so passionate about it. So you would never hear him like complain about Monday, or complain about going back to work, or complaining about a big party. He really enjoys it. He really has a passion for cooking and entertaining. I just want him to do it just for us and our friends now. But so this whole idea that you hate your job, you hate Mondays, you live for the weekend where you barely have enough time to do what you need to do. Wednesday is hump day. All this stuff is just, it's craziness. There's such a better way. And then some ways we choose lifestyle design in our family is, and actually you should check out this book, Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Workweek. So he says in the book, there's 1 million ways to make $1 million. 1,000,001 ways to make $1 million. There's so many ways out there. You just have to step outside of the box, really. And we're finding it more and more in our own life, and it's super exciting. So some ways we live lifestyle design, I would say, in our family is just our family size. You know, we knew we wanted to have a big family, and then you don't say, we can only afford this, we're going to have a small family. You have a big family, and then you figure it out. It always works like that. You do what you want to do, and you figure it out. And it's funny because when our third son was born, it really occurred to me, it really occurred to me that people live on default, because every time for the first year of my son's life, my third son, he, hey guys, it's great to see everyone tuning in. For the first year of my son's life, people saw my two older sons, 1, 2, and then they would look inside the basket, and these are like total strangers, would look inside the basket, and they would go, oh, sorry. You know, and they didn't mean it. I never was ever offended. Ever. And I knew that they didn't mean it like that, but it was something every day that I went out, and they would look in that basket to see if we had that girl, because that's what we were obviously going for. And then when it wasn't a girl, it was another boy, they were like, oh man. And they meant it just to like be sympathetic with us, or just kind of find humor in it. And I thought, wow, they really don't know. They really, and they didn't even think about what they were doing, like what they were saying. And what their reaction was. It was just all in there, and it's from our TVs. It's all kind of like implanted in us, and what our decisions should be. You know, what the perfect family looks like. It's all kind of like pre-designed and laid out for us. If you want to live like a wonderful life, you have to really kind of think outside that and look beyond that and decide what it is you want. So we homeschool. That gives us a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility, especially with my husband's schedule. He works weekends, or his days off used to be Monday, Tuesday, now they're Sunday, Monday. But then, you know, the kids wouldn't see him if they went to a regular school. It also lets us put our philosophy into the children and give them the education we want to give them. And it gives us more flexibility, so we can choose to take a beach day on a sunny day and, you know, do school on a rainy day. You know, there's, again, that freedom. Freedom is a huge factor for me. Where we go to church is part of our lifestyle design. We pick and choose. We go out of our way to go somewhere that really speaks to our faith and where we want our children to be raised. We don't vaccinate. Never vaccinated my kids, because I look at this, you know, this system we're in, and it doesn't seem right. You know, we home birth, and there's reasons for that. We had a C-section with our first. We had a hospital birth, and then we found a better way. So all these options for us are just like questioning everything, and then choosing the best, and knowing that you have a choice, and a plethora of choices is really like super, super empowering. And then now we have this business from home. I've always worked from home, but like on a smaller scale. And now we have this business, so, you know, the goal for that is eventually to just, you know, retire my husband as soon as possible, and then create that freedom lifestyle, this new rich that is just, we want our time, we want flexibility, we want to be able to travel, you know, and we want to be able to contribute in our own way. So that's lifestyle design for me. I would love to know if you've heard about the term before, if you choose lifestyle design, if that's something you do, or if you've read Tim Ferriss's book. It's really fascinating. It kind of gives you another way to look at the world. And there's so many people, and there's a blog you can look at too from that, and there's so many people who just live like the most incredible lives. You know, Tim Ferriss's life. But there's so many examples of just people who are inspired by the book, and so many friends I have now who are just living in Dubai, Bali, you know, Costa Rica, on the beaches, learning other languages, homeschooling their kids, world schooling their kids, eating fresh and raw, you know, and all these like better ways, and home birthing, and I just love it. For me, that's the choice, is a better way. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments. I'll get back to you. That's it for today, guys. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.